top secret. Top secret tu quite straightforward sebab dia.
Oh, tak.
Kan?
Yang top left tu bukan once in my life. For once in my life.
For once in my life, ya. Nampak?
For-
Ada
There's
4
four
once.
ones.
4 once.
Dia betul lah.
Tapi
Bukan.
dia cakap
Bukan once in my
in
life.
my life.
4 once in my life. Bukan ada
once in
4,
my life.
4. Satu ada 4 eh. Perasan tak? So 4 once in my life. Oh. But I have to ni lah, give credit lah. I think you are the fastest lah, seriously.
Oh ya.
Team yang aku buat selalu take rambut.
Sekejap.
Aku rasa pasal dia lah kot. Si Faizal lah kot.
Ha.
Kalau Faizal ni dia laju lah.
Kereta asing ni saya bawa 2 je.
Kalau dia tak keluar toilet lagi, kau habis lagi lah.
Lagi lah.
Nasib baik dia datang balik dari toilet cepat. Keluar dari toilet tapi dia laju betul. Oh. Some people they take quite some time. I did one for apa nama ni, staff Proton. Dia nak retire. It's a retirement program. So biasa dah bila orang tua lagi slow.
Yeah.
I really have to do it together with them. Dia lagi lah, you know, dia lagi slow. In fact, I do the normal, I do the case studies nanti for them. Dia dah cakap terang. I want to relax. Nak buat macam mana So you have to apa kata, okay tak apa, we do it together, cakap dengan dia orang. We do the case study together because they already no mood to do any work, you know, they just want to have fun, you know. So I just make it more interactive, banyak soalan, you know. So basically I have to adapt lah. I need to be adaptable to I cannot be too fixed. Tak boleh kan fixed mindset. Oh, tak boleh. You all still kena buat. I need to look at the audience macam mana lah. What works for them lah. Sometimes it's not really you have to be, because you must understand they want to wind down, they are going to retire. You know, I just want to have this program so that I have an idea what to do after I retire, you know. So aku ajar dia lebih kepada, you know, how long your savings can last, you know. So I teach them how to use the app. There's a retirement calculator, there's an app, you know. I teach them how to use that. I mean there is a manual calculation, but I think tak payahlah, don't go into that lah. I think case study pun dia malah nak buat, you ask me to them to calculate, lagi dia tak nak buat. You know? So I show them the simple way to calculate, you know, analyze how your expenses. Aku ajar dia macam mana apa, because dah pencen, cerita pasal wasiat, hibah and everything. You have to, you know. That's whatever lah, something that works for those category lah kan. So for me to do training, I need to understand the participants, you know? So what is their pain point, you know. So that's why before I come here to your program, I dah already discussed what do you want me to do. So they basically told me about who you are, those demographics, what do you do, what are some of the pain points that you all might have, you know. So this is why I cater all these, you know. That's why you see the case study pun nampak macam looks similar to what you are having now, you know. So as a trainer, this is the skills that you need to have lah. You need to understand your customer kan. So but other than that, apart from that, others I normally will use the same activity lah. You use the numbers, you know, because these are something that is universal and people can relate lah. People can relate and it's fun, it's something different. In fact, yang dia retiree tu semua siap tanya, can I have extra copy of the 1 to 100 I want to give to my kids or something like that. Kan dia suka tu, this is something good, kan. And then rumus puzzle tu I bagi dia, I kata you Google. Dia kata masa pencen ni main benda ni seronok tak? Good pastime kedua dia kata kan. Dia kata dia mau suka kan.
Get your brain going.
It gets your brain going and all those things lah. So that's it lah. Okay, thank you guys. Oh, that was quick. I was expecting it to be about 15 to 20 minutes, but you managed to do it before 10 thanks to Faizal. I need to give him a higher level question.
Peanuts, right?
This is too easy for him. Okay, let's go to the we completed our case study 3 just now kan. Let's go to the I would say this is the second last module. Let me see. Second, okay, let me see. Okay. Alright, so of course we are here. Alright, so we have another 2 modules after the lunch break, module 8 and module 9, and we have one last case study. And after that we'll do the test again. Remember the test that we had earlier? So it's going to be the post test, which is going to be the same questions, and there will be another 10 questions which is more advanced, more application, so you're going to do that as well. And at the end of it, we will basically, I will give you a handout where you would need to fill in your commitment statement. Yeah. So don't worry about it. I will teach you what you need to do. In fact, there are examples there already. There are some examples that you can basically relate to lah. Yeah. But of course, janganlah tiga example tu pula. But it's something that you can refer to lah. So that sometimes some people say, "Alamak, what do I need to do?" So if you do example, okay, this is what they want. You know, I always give all the examples so that it's much clearer. Okay, so let's go to the module A. Okay, so this is about building calibration. Okay, tadi dah manage conflict. Okay, building calibration and psychological safety. I think we have touched a little bit about psychological safety earlier in that case study. So how we do that? Yeah. Okay, why psychological safety matters? I think it's very important, right?
Yeah.
You would love to work in a place where you feel that you are safe to give ideas, you are safe to give feedback, you are safe to speak up. Yeah. Why? Because in those environment, problems will not be swept under the carpet, right? Betul tak? Yeah. Because you know that you've been hurt and you're not going to be reprimanded for it. Because sometimes a lot of times, sometimes we are just the messenger, but the messenger gets it first, right?
Yeah.
That's why you would rather not, because I'm just telling you the issue, but you get hit first, right?
Yeah.
That's why some people just say it's okay lah. No need to. I mean, this is small, right?
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, let's sweep it under the carpet. But that is when there is no psychological safety. Yeah. When the environment is very hostile, environment is very toxic. Yeah. Alright. So people will not speak up.
Yeah.
People will keep quiet. But what will happen? Problem will surface later. Yeah. Later, and when it's too late, right? When it's too late.
Yeah.
But if you are in a psychologically safe environment, if you surface it early, it can still be prevented. Yeah, it might still be early for you to do something about it. Yeah. So when psychological safety is there, errors become learning events. Betul tak? Yeah. Not something is punishable. Yeah. I mean, when the environment is very toxic, when it's very bad, error means punishment. Betul tak? Error equals to punishment. So you are, in a way, you are so afraid of innovation, right? Because when you innovate, there will be errors. Yeah. But if you are so afraid of making errors, innovation won't happen, right? Yeah. To innovate, the leaders need to create a psychologically safe environment. Yeah. So you as a leader also need to play your part. Yeah. So we cannot just critique the leaders above us. We ourselves must practice that. Give that environment to our people. Yeah. So teams with high safety raise issues sooner and avoid escalation. We want to avoid escalation because at the end of the day, when it gets too big, there's no turning back. Sometimes, I mean, that's it. You escalate, it's like a volcano, it will erupt. And that's it, everyone dies. The effect lah kan. Alright. So for IT teams, they need to trust their lead. You need to, for consistency, for clarity, fairness. Because as a leader, you need to be calm under pressure, right? I know lah, your client will pressure you, but I mean, as a leader, you need to bit cushion lah. Cushion, take the bullet for the team. For example, Alright. So a lead who updates honestly builds more trust than one who hides issues, right? Definitely. So as a leader, in a way, you know the issues, then you discuss with your team and come up with a solution. So rather than pinpointing, blaming your team and everything, it doesn't help anything. If you pinpoint fingers and you say that whose fault is it, it's okay. Things have happened, errors have been made, mistakes have been made, but what is more important is how do we solve it. Alright. Okay. So create that safety barrier. I mean, create that safety environment. By you seek opinion. Brainstorm, discuss. And don't be afraid of admitting your own mistakes. I mean, we make mistakes. It doesn't mean a leader cannot make mistake. Don't tell me it's only your team can make mistake. You also make mistake. So this is how you encourage ideas. Even your people will see that, oh, it's okay, like boss, he said, I'm also human. I make mistakes. So it's okay. You can make mistakes, but the most important thing is to learn from it. Yeah, to learn from it. Alright, so do not humiliate mistake. That's number one. Yeah, as a leader, you need to jaga air muka. I mean, if they have made mistakes, if you need to reprimand, do it privately and do it using SBI. Using a proper way lah. Yeah. Right. So it's on the situation. It's not on the person. Yeah. Punishing bad news ni lah. Selalunya dia kata yang bad news, yang bawa bad news yang kena dulu. So you punish bad news, but it's not his fault. It's just conveying a message. Yeah. They call it shoot the messenger. You shoot the messenger first, right? Right. After all, it's just updating you. So after that, what will happen? Nobody updates the boss lah, because they are so afraid of being reprimanded, even though it's not their fault. They are just updating. Yeah. And also shooting down suggestion. It happens sometimes, right? You wanted people to give their opinion. Yeah. You wanted people to give ideas, but you shoot their opinion. So I mean, it might not be to your liking, but you can consider it as one of the option lah. But you don't have to reprimand him lah, kan? Normally what we do, brainstorming, kita letak dulu kan. We just put, it's okay. Just say it out loud, because sometimes if you overthink, you cannot give ideas, right? That's why brainstorming is good. Yeah, put it down first, and then let's see which options are the better ones. Yeah, then look at the pros and cons and everything. Yeah, okay. So some examples, leaders' behaviour that build safety is dia selalu akan tanya, what do you think? Yeah, di mana dia asking for their opinion. Yang break, itulah straightforward. Why you do that mistake? Why you didn't think of it? Those kind of negative statement. Or what a stupid idea. Those kind of things, and then there you go lah. Nobody's going to give you any ideas anymore. Kan? So I do not know in ExxonMobil. I really hope that there is psychological safety. Macam mana? How do you think? I mean, in a scale of 1 to 10, how is it in ExxonMobil? Let's have an honest discussion.
10
Guys?
10 what?
10 very good psychologically, 0 very bad environment. 0 toxic, 10 very good environment. Mana dia?
4.
4. Maknanya it's
4, 3.
quite bad in that sense. If you ask me that,
I would go lower.
you will go lower.
I think even that is our level tau.
You're talking about your level.
But then it's even worse.
Okay, kalau
Satu
kau
je.
ada gitu boy.
Is that?
Give 3 level 3.
3. Okay, for your side yang bagi 3 ni, you see this environment ni created by siapa? Your leader ke by the client? Which one?
By the client.
Oh, because ni client yang buat benda tu
I mean, if it's by us, you can tell us.
It's okay. I mean, you're fine. Because you also have a buffer above you, right?
Yeah,
buffer.
you can tell.
I mean,
us.
because they also create an environment for you,
Yeah.
and of course the client create an environment for them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So from your perspective, the client give you a 4 or 3.
Okay, kalau cakap pasal kalau team kita pun,
Dalam to you all.
I don't think full 10 lah atau 8.
Memang you won't get full 10. That's for sure.
No
way you can get 10.
Client you
3-2.
Yeah.
The experience is sometimes saya tambah lah. So
Ah.
experience in whenever we have a sprint review atau something yang bigger,
Yang big ni.
we rarely ask question.
Oh, tak
Because
berani nak
we
tanya.
afraid that our question might leads to give a bad perspective from client side. Because we are on behalf of client side.
Okay.
And talking to another client is their face usually sebenarnya lah.
Okay.
So if you see the bad thing at that time, maybe nobody say anything. It feels like our ideas is heard. But after that, we give it back lah. Macam why you throw that there? Why that? So since then, so it become kind of not a safety.
Okay, so you don't feel safe. You don't feel safe airing your opinion. You don't feel safe giving, sharing feedback, sharing proposals. You don't feel that lah. One way street. It's a one way street.
Pak retro pun dah letak
It's
point kan.
It's not really. It's not that it's a one-way street. It's technically two-way, but we're only willing to give when we're forced to give.
Oh,
To give and
okay.
Allowed to give.
If you're, I mean, basically you know when you're allowed to give, when you're not supposed to say anything.
I'm not allowed. Encouraged.
You're
to give.
encouraged
I
to
wouldn't
give.
even say allowed or encouraged. I would say it's almost explicitly implied. You know, like macam you can read the room that if the client is there and we're discussing something, then we'll be like, okay. When they call us out and be like, yeah, so what's your take on this? So even if you don't have a take, even if you don't have an opinion, you have to give.
Because dia dah explicitly tanya.
They'll call you out.
They already call it out. If not, don't say anything.
If you and in the same session, and you guys can correct me if you can disagree ke apa lah. In the same session, if we say something unprompted,
yeah.
then they'll be like,
Oh ya.
no.
Dia defensif lah.
Dia macam kita bagi pendapat bila
diperlukan
sahaja.
Bila ditanya.
Kita kontrak mewakili kepala klien ni.
You can see, you can read the room is like that.
Yes.
Okay. They do not create that psychological safety lah. Kan, and that is going to be a big problem because then this is where the problem will accumulate, right? You will accumulate, you will hide it under the carpet, you will sweep it under the carpet and all those things.
You don't hear the full truth.
Okay.
So for example, we have macam retro tu kan. Retro is usually within the team. But then whatever the motive is, once in a while, once in a blue moon, our client joins the retro as well. And then we're in the middle of expressing our opinions, and then she joins, and everyone's quiet.
Everyone's quiet.
And then after that, last time they joined, Zafi, Zafi, our team member Zafi was saying something, and then she joined, and he was like instantly quiet, and then she was like, "No, it's okay. It should be a safe space for you to say anything." So what is it making you? What is it that's not making you comfortable to say something? And then Zafi was like, "Oh no, it's okay. I don't have an opinion." Because his real reason is I'm not comfortable because you're here.
Yelah, because when you say something, you must be consistent. Sometimes you cakap je, but sebenarnya you don't want it. I say I create a safe space, but from your behaviour you are not, because that's why you need to be aligned. Whatever you say, you must behave that way. Because some people they just kata tu just paying lip service lah, in a way kan. Nampak sangat. It's lip service, right? It's just for the sake of because now kan psychological safety is the in thing at this kan. Mana kan dalam artikel now is psychological safety is very important, but at times, a lot of times it's just a slogan tampal dekat dinding. People just say it for the sake of trying to be try to follow the crowd lah, in a way. Kan? Because kalau tak nanti orang kata kau ni kuno lah, orang semua dah cakap pasal psychological safety but you're not practicing it. So they do not want to be ketinggalan. They say it but they never actually
not the whole truth.
Not the whole truth. They do not actually believe in it. So
macam for me and Omar, of course we make mistakes, plenty of mistakes. As leaders, kadang-kadang kita pun don't give enough safety for the developers ke apa lah. Me included lah kan, especially. So tapi that's, I mean, if that's on me, memang betul, I try to improve ke apa, tapi when you're stuck between two levels.
I fully understand. That's why psychological safety actually has to come from the top. Because it is a top down thing. If the top is pump, the down macam mana nak? Because how can the orang bawah cakap dekat orang atas, please, I mean, orang atas takkan kita nak tegur orang atas. But if orang atas do that, automatically it will go down. Because you already know that the culture is like that, then you should emulate your leaders, right? Because you already know that the CEOs, the VPs are doing that, then I should do the same to the people under me. So psychological safety is, I mean, if they need to do a psychological safety course, it should be for the C-suites, in my view. Because they are the one who, cascade the culture, right? The culture actually starts from the top. So it's going to be difficult for people at the middle, at the bottom, to create that psychological safety when they themselves do not have that from the top. So I mean, but you have to start somewhere lah kan. You never know. At least you start where you have the what you call that where you can control, where you have the capacity to do it. You try your best to do it. I mean, try to do it in your team. I know lah, because at the end of the day, clients, they just they just want what they want lah, and they disregard on the part of the human part. You know, they just want to get it done. I don't care how you feel about it. You know, so this is where the client also need to have that. In Petronas, yes, psychological safety is already one of the in thing. I think in the modern time lah. Dulu memang tak ada, betul. Dulu masa zaman saya kerja, masa I was young, there's no such thing as psychological safety. No such thing. You just do what you need to do. Yeah, I mean mental wellness and all those things. Those are all modern thing. Dulu no such thing. Dulu you just do the job. You're just expected to, you know, tahan. Just expected to, you know, manage the bosses and everything. But I think now, I don't know, like maybe with the younger generation, it's different. Yeah. I mean, you cannot behave the way during the boomers time. Yeah, you cannot do it the way during the Gen X time. Yeah, because time is different. Yeah. If they do it the same way, I do not know lah. I think Gen Z besok will resign kalau kena benda-benda macam tu. Gen Y takkan tahan dia bila kena macam tu. I mean, during my time, files have been thrown at me. You know, leaders using 4-letter words and all those things. It's very common. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe now not anymore lah. I tak tahu lah. I don't think they would do that lah now. Tak ada kan? Kan ada juga dekat Exxon. Because just because you are vendors, they can do that. I mean, it's not right lah. Kan? Tak ada. Ada juga.
Maybe not to the developers.
Yeah. I mean, to their team pun masih lagi ada benda macam ni.
Not to that team, not to our developers, but maybe to their management. Sometimes.
I mean, there are some people you know, still like that. I mean, whatever it is, I don't think it's as prevalent as like it was before lah.
No, it's definitely not, but it's definitely
still there. It's still there.
It's still there.
It's still there. You know.
They're a bit more careful of hiding it.
Yeah. Especially during this social media era kan. Because then kan sekarang ni ada apa sikit viral lah. Itu yang setengah orang tu have to behave sikit lah kan. Dulu tak kisahlah, tak ada social media, dia nak belasah apa pun orang diam je lah. So itulah. I mean, as a leader, as a client, you need to have that psychological safety. I mean, for me, it's a win-win thing. I mean, if they create that psychological safety, then both of you would be working well together. Yeah, no, nothing is hidden. You know, errors or any mistakes are surfaced faster. And well, at the end of the day, you achieve the same goal. Yeah, if you create that fear factor. I use the word fear factor. What's the point? You know, what's the point? Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, masih lagi Some people are still doing that. Okay. So I hope that all of you, you know, if you can create that psychological safety in your team lah. Okay, and the final one, a quick one, is about leadership execution. Yeah, I don't know whether I'm sure you have heard about SMART. Ada satu ni dia jadi smarter. Ada tambah ER. Ada tambah dua. So smarter is a method to help leaders set goals that actually get done. Normally kita pakai SMART. This is something macam ditambah sikit sebab dia nak suruh you evaluate and review. SMART selalunya senang. SMART is memang daripada dulu orang tahu. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and ada time bound lah. ER ni dia tambah kadang-kadang you kena evaluate sebab you nak check progress. Kan, you ada deadline, tapi kalau you ada evaluate, you macam betul lah juga kan. You check progress regularly, and at the end of the day, macam buat orang kata tu postmortem lah. You review, and then after learning tu mungkin ada something that we can change. That's why sometimes kita ni SOP pun berubah, because environment might have changed. You know, so that's why smarter ni macam benda yang baru dah. Sekarang orang banyak guna smarter rather than smart.
Betul.
It's smarter than smart lah. It's smarter than smart, which is betul lah. Dia tambah lagi dua. You betul ada time bound, but of course you need to ensure that you evaluate it lah. You check the progress regularly, so that you know kalau dah halfway masih banyak benda tak siap, you know ini rasanya tak sempat, then you can adjust accordingly. So that's why they use smarter. And do a postmortem after the end of any projects, and basically itu yang review tu. So you adjust after some learning, and you can maybe do better the next time when you have a similar project. So first time dengan smarter. Smart selalu kan?
Smart selalu.
Smarter ni maybe something that you know you can. It's just tambah ER je. Yang lain sama Tambah ER je. Okay, so some example is given there. of course anything our action kalau tak guna smart ni you tak boleh nak measure kan. Yeah. And also you must set a target which is not ridiculous target lah. Something that is achievable. Yeah. No point you have a KPI which you know at the end of the day you won't achieve it. So do a KPI something that you can achieve. Ada tak klien yang bagi KPI you rasa macam impossible? Ada, but
Tapi dah tukar.
Discuss tak? Dah tukar? Dia sebab tahu tak boleh nak buat kan?
Kadang-kadang manajemen atas ni dia buat KPI untuk tim kita.
Oh dia buat?
Dia buat macam kita.
Tapi tak discuss?
Tak sekarang tim kita. Dia buat KPI untuk kita.
Dia minta
Capai.
input.
Oh dia tak tanya input. So dia
Sampai
bagi
dia-
yang gila-gila punya lah.
Contohlah, dia minta kita capai certain hours per month.
Okay.
But logik akan kalau we reach hours, so kalau team yang tak available, dia kan burn out the rest of the other team member ke. So
Okay. So not logical lah. Not logical.
Not based in reality.
Reality lah.
Even if we achieve 100 hours contohnya kan per month, but from client side they're not satisfied. They don't complete their work. Complete and achieve 100 hours different. We may complete their job,
You
but
may
not reach
complete.
100 hours. KPI melanggar, so doesn't make sense. So part of the balik pada
That's why KPI
achievable tadi kan.
achievable tu tak kena kan.
Tak kena.
Okay, so that's why for KPI is always needs to be discussed. KPI ni tak boleh buat short sendiri because kadang-kadang short sendiri sebab dia rasa aku nak macam ni, but you need to find out the
That's why I
resources
say-
is the resources there to do it.
Betul.
Kan? Because must be realistic, right?
Betul.
If you do not have the resources and your budget pula doesn't allow you to have the resources, then it's not fair to give that KPI to you, right? You know, so you need that discussion between these two. You mean they set KPI lepas tu baru nak bincang? Macam tu pula balik.
Betul kita orang pun modify lepas tu macam win-win lah. Win-win lah. Kita design klien, yang set KPI untuk kita kena ikut klien kita je tu. Tak boleh follow dua-dua. Sama
Tak
ni
boleh kan?
compromise.
Yelah. I mean you need that lah, you know, because you know better what is achievable.
Betul, what is achievable?
What is achievable? But of course on the other side of the coin, janganlah letak KPI yang terlampau rendah yang sampai Allah ini aku tidur 2-3 hari baru aku boleh buat. You need to have something to challenge you as well, right? So it works both ways. Not too high and not too low. You should be somewhere achievable kan. That's why ada yang A tu. It must be achievable. It must be realistic kan for your workload. It must be realistic. It cannot be not realistic and also cannot be too low, which means that then you are not really challenged lah at the end of the day kan. Kan? So it has to be achievable. And of course it must be relevant lah. Your KPI must be set based on what is your organization's goal.
Misalnya, client
Ah.
satisfaction.
Exactly.
Not align to our design KPI.
Betul.
Not align with design.
It has to be what is their satisfaction lah kan. It has to be.
Itu dia relevan.
Sebab dia tak boleh shot sendiri, kau orang pun tak boleh shot sendiri. Betul tak?
Betul.
Dia kena shot sama-sama kan. It has to be
betul.
both. It has to be both. Alright. And yeah, I like the ER too because of the you check progress.
It's an ongoing process.
It's an ongoing process. That's why they use the smarter method now. This is called the smarter method. So that's why kita nak benda macam ni sebab kita tak nak benda yang orang kata tu di awang-awangan. Contoh, go like let's communicate better. I mean, how do you measure communicate better?
Betul.
Kan? Or be a better leader. I mean, what does it mean to be a better leader?
Cannot
What
be
does it
measured,
mean?
kan?
It cannot be measured. So you need to put some, yang smart lah. You need to put a specific, measurable. Kalau dekat Petronas tu yang macam leader ni, dia macam ada feedback tu, macam ada feedback kalau from the orang bawah, kalau dia dapat good yang tu, dia tengoklah dia percentage kan. Of course you cannot achieve 100% orang suka kau kan, 100% ni kan. People have different.
Itu ada measurable.
That is measurable. Dia maknanya from the questionnaire or from the feedback form that they give to your ni, then they measure lah. So this is how you and then a good leader would basically macam manage their team and some of the team members ni dapat naik pangkat. You know, some of those things lah. Leadership traits, something measurable. These are some of the KPIs that we did in Petronas lah, on how leaders ni be evaluated in a way. But it must be smart lah. It must be measurable. And then time bound, maknanya you give how many months for this to happen, how many quarters for this to happen. So whatever is all KPI must be smart lah. Okay, so I think this is something that not something alien to you, right? I mean, you know that it is something that you need to do lah. Something you need to evaluate. And just sharing a communication matrix. I don't know. I'm sure you all have this in your organisation. Ada tak benda macam ni? Ada tak macam bukan kata SOP lah, macam you tahu apa what communication needs to be done monthly, weekly, and then who needs to know what information that they need, how often, and nak guna email ke, nak guna apa, ada WhatsApp group ke, and then when to escalate. Do you have it? Maybe you have, but maybe not in this manner lah, kan? You know, but a communication matrix ni is something that that you have, then the communication, the consistency is there lah. In a way, macam setengah orang kata monthly report kena buat, or weekly report kena buat, need to be given to department A, department B, maybe siapa kita nak CC, you know, sometimes it's two and there's certain people that is CC certain department, and every week by when, you know, it's more structured lah if you have a communication matrix, you know, for especially for your team kan, you have a lot of stakeholders. You know, who are the stakeholders involved? Who are the stakeholders interested in whatever information that you normally generate lah? Normally status updates or whatever lah. And how often is these updates are? You know, because frequency of update is something also lah. What is expected by the client? So, but normally this one is a discussion with the client lah. Because at the end of the day, you need to inform. I mean, you need to discuss with stakeholder. The frequency of the updates and what kind of reporting that you need. Dekat Exxon macam mana? What kind, what do they expect from you in terms of communication? What do they expect?
Go ahead, Omar.
What do they expect from your team? I mean,
they expect us to frequent.
Yang macam benda yang wajib lah, bukan dia tak nak macam bila panggil baru kau nak bagi info. Benda yang you need to do it. Mesti adanya, takkan tak ada. Mesti banyaknya. Banyak tak?
Usually they require regular update lah.
Regular means?
When update also still update from them.
Ada tak yang wajib macam seminggu sekali minimum? Ada ke tak? As and when?
As of KPI tak ada, dia sebulan kali.
Okay.
Tapi for recent past 2 months, they require every sprint lah, every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks there should be highlight
or update what's possible risk.
Face to face or an email or what?
Or face to face.
So there's going to be a proper meeting lah. Okay. Ada tak reporting yang hanya email or memang tak wujud? Memang mesti face to face ni benda ni.
Email usually after the proper meeting lah.
Oh, maknanya
the
summarize the
summarize
the whatever that has been presented. Okay.
Between client, no face to face. Usually by email lah or chat. That's all depend on the issue lah.
Depend on the issue, and of course there will always be something yang impromptu, something yang tiba-tiba emergency. Of course that is another matter lah kan. Kan that one would be another incident. Maknanya itu yang urgency tu kena automatic. Ada isu terus there is going to be a meeting to you know how to solve all these issues. Yang communication matrix ni something yang something that the client expect lah. I need at least once a week. I don't know, dashboard reporting. I don't know. Do you have those kind of things?
No, about you Azan. I think in terms of Scrum perspective kan, usually penting mas minta update.
Minta.
In terms of,
I mean, technically we have the Scrum of Scrums. So
that is the update lah.
So that's a meeting where it's not just me. It's with Maz and Fatiha as in the PO and the new PO, but she's also the Scrum Master. So it's every Scrum person giving updates on their team's progress, any assistance required, this and that. So that's once a week. Yes.
Yeah. So basically all parties know, and then also the client also wanted to know lah what do anything that they need from the client, you know, so that they are not apa orang kata tu too late, nanti kan dah tak sempat kan, you know. So but are they okay, let's say if you have any issues you call for a meeting, you know? It's fine, I mean that relationship is there lah.
Relationship is there
lah. Ini macam
email
skeptical.
Invite email ada.
You don't deal with it as often as I do.
Sometimes they ask update, sometimes they level update tu back to macam board
dashboard.
Dalam tu yang
the quadrant.
The quadrant back to the quadrant tu lah.
Yang stakeholder quadrant tu. Yang 4 tu.
High tu.
High kena lah.
So they tend to fluctuate between high power, high interest, and high power, low interest.
Sometimes they have low interest lah tiba-tiba.
Most times it's low interest.
Oh, low interest.
Yes.
Tiba-tiba bila ada something dah jadi high interest.
Then
Bila bos dia
become-
tanya jadi high interest lah.
Then
Kan?
it become-
Ah.
Then it become the helicopter parent, the helicopter mom. Itulah.
Okay. So this is enough.
Yeah.
And then of course, I mean kadang-kadang bila urgent tu phone call tu biasa tak?
Phone call tak?
Oh,
Meeting.
tak boleh.
Dia video call.
They don't want. Oh, video call.
Tapi this one mostly depend on the issues, not really a frequent update with client.
Kan cakap kalau tiba-tiba emergency.
Misalnya kalau insiden
okay, incident.
Dia jadi war room ataupun
Itu dah jadi war room lah.
Dah,
Itu semua dah
face to
kena
face
masuk lah. Itu
lah.
face to face.
Tapi most situation with the customer office, the users, usually if you want to fast resolution kan,
Yeah.
video call directly.
Video call directly
Normally we start with email first. They reply and then they will reply with vague answer. We need more clarification in a faster way.
Yeah,
We
face to
schedule
face
a
lah.
session.
Ah.
Macam tu lah. We schedule a session and then we update the detail of that discussion in the email, back in the email.
Recap in the
Recap,
email. Okay.
Usually like that. So because in the email they always CC to their boss,
Yeah.
their manager. So their manager need to be aware of what they can help on their side. That just this depend. Usually this one the connection method depends on the issues that we handle.
What happened? I mean, pernah tak berlaku an incident that happened off working hours, weekend for example?
Pernah.
Pernah.
Tapi normally tak buka laptop.
Oh,
Pernah tapi Isnin baru buka laptop sebab laptop
so that not really urgent lah kalau
kita orang bukan kontraktor tu kan ada BYD device. So
Oh,
everything
laptop.
we're
not-
we only know that something
dia
happened.
maknanya dia tak akan contact you through WhatsApp, telefon, tak ada, handphone.
Dia ada. We already apply for that.
Hmm.
For that. Tapi tak pernah, jarang berlaku. Tapi kes-kes macam customer ni normally hari contohlah berlaku Jumaat malam.
Katakan cuma.
Dari pandangan Houston dia masih kerja lagi Jumaat pagi.
Exactly.
Tapi normally we all no one knows until we open the laptop and see the email. And then I encourage the team not to reply.
Yeah.
Even though client said want us to do that on the weekends.
Okay.
But I encourage our team not to do that because we keep the habit for the
Yeah.
user lah.
Okay.
So nak tahu Isnin baru tengok buka email, Isnin kalau lah.
And they are okay that you're
For now they're okay.
and they understand that
Okay,
Have to
they
be
understand.
okay.
They have to be okay. They cannot force us A to Z. We work with them with certain scope.
Okay.
We have a boundary. We cannot do everything. Even buat coffee takkan lah kita boleh buat kan.
Yeah.
So there's a certain scope. Even the weekend thing. Even though they say, reply lah user ni.
User ni kan.
Tapi you need to understand, we not work with your team. We are separate contact services. We have regular hour 9 to 6.
Okay.
Jadi itu lah perdebatan yang berlaku normally yang dari pandangan klien. Aduh ini pun nak kira macam tu lah kan.
Yalah, it's normal lah kan. I mean, as far as the client is concerned, they just if they want it now, they want it yesterday kan. I mean, that's normal lah. I mean, the client punya mentality, client punya mindset is always that. You know, I pay you, you do the job. Doesn't matter what time it is.
Ya, tu yang pada case dari 3 tadi. Even dia dah give facts,
give
they
facts.
still want to resolve weekend juga.
Weekend juga.
Kan, itu kita berbalik pada kita bagi impact lah. Kita cakap dalam bentuk yang apa jadi
Apa impact from doing this?
Team jadi apa, impact moral kan.
I mean, it's not to sound cynical, tapi it's one of the few things that they know if they push us, it's gonna look bad on them too.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they don't push.
As long as they are aware of it lah kan.
That if they're pushing us to resolve things over the weekend or after working hours on a Friday night ke apa ke, then apa tu, what goes around comes around lah. So that later we can use that, raise it again. So they push, but if we ignore it, they won't push any further lah. Biasanya macam.
Just trying to understand. When dia kata US ada isu yang akan fix it ni dekat Malaysia juga.
Betul.
Yeah.
Maknanya dia punya support tu tak ada di US, supportnya di Malaysia.
For IT because we are business support center for global upstream.
Global upstream.
But the office only in Malaysia time. Even though some of us working at night, like Azon team, that's different lah.
Okay.
You know, ada orang punya
different
OT
working
datang
hours.
lah. Ada orang ada OT ke shift kan. Tapi as contractor as like our team, we encourage not to do that until it's been told. We can do that. But we can raise in monthly meeting that Azon side want us to do this. Can we have a team member that work at night, something like that? Normally cannot lah kan.
Cannot lah.
We can do that. But client knows.
Hmm.
If up to that push, meaning that even client need to pay more.
Yelah, maknanya then there is becoming an additional scope, in a way.
Scope lah.
Additional scope, and of course it's additional cost.
Yes, of course.
I mean, if they agree with that, it's okay kan? I
It's
mean,
okay.
just find another person to work that yang
Shift malam.
yang shift malam.
Betul.
I mean, if you want that, fine.
Fine.
I'll put it in my agreement lah kan.
Say to the Zen.
Then Sheila boleh cari lah.
Sheila nak shift malam lah.
Shift malam, Sheila cari shift malam satu.
Tapi the Zen kena apa? Azon kena bayar lebih lah. They don't want to.
And they don't
That's
want
why they
to.
don't push us.
Okay, they didn't know the implication lah.
Implication lah.
You know the implication.
Very soon lah they will come up. Yes, I need someone for night shift.
Night shift lah.
At this rate, probably. They will probably ask at some point.
So they are okay with Saturday, Sunday tak kacau, it's fine with them at this point in
They are
time.
fine with not redor.
Fine with not redor lah.
Dia macam
They don't like it.
They don't like it, but they understand why it happens lah.
Yes.
But they have to deal with it.
They do it.
Unless they want to change the scope lah kan. You want to pay more,
So-
yes, we can.
So from our team, whenever we see something at over the weekend,
it's
ni
need lah.
buka window tu, buka laptop tu dan nampak. Then just mentally prepare. Okay, Isnin confirm kena koyak. Okay, tak apa. Prepare all the
Isnin kena jawab
facts,
ni.
whatever it is.
And then there goes your weekend also, you dah start memikir.
Ah,
Right? You already, I mean, it's past your weekend also lah kan.
That's why apa tu, I think that's why.
Kalau boleh jangan buka lah laptop.
Betul lah, ignorance is a bliss.
Betul, ignorance is bliss. Memang
It's
betul.
a bliss.
Yeah.
Nasib baik kita orang ada BOED. Kalau Azon start, diorang they bring our device tu. So
So
every
they
laptop
get
phone diorang
messages and everything
messages.
on their phone.
Maknanya because macam dekat Petronas, kita punya Microsoft Teams semua ada dalam phone kita orang.
Ya,
tau.
ini ada. Kita
Oh, you all tak ada?
boleh tak dibenarkan.
Tak dibenarkan.
Tak benar. Mula I minta
Which is
dulu.
good. Which is
Ah, itu
good.
which
kan?
is good lah.
Which is
Betul?
good.
It's a great thing.
Actually it's a great thing. Kalau ada kau memang mati lah.
Yeah.
Memang tak hidup lah kan. Nasi datang.
Just that as Scrum Master lah,
Ah.
that you don't get that lepas because
Right.
you have to be aware of kan Scrum Master yang penting is pasal schedule kan.
Yeah,
Itu,
yeah,
kalau tukar-tukar apa lah.
So you have to as a Scrum Master you have to have a mental image of your schedule at all
Kita kan buka
times.
laptop sekali kan.
Ya, kena
Dia kalau bayang lah
Ah.
pattern jadual macam
Macam
mana.
I was telling the boss that I already know what I have to do tomorrow. I have to do a KPI report. I have to do sprint planning, capacity planning, semua benda for tomorrow. 'Cause I
Tapi
already
tu
know.
hari ni punya bayangan.
Ah.
Besok pagi boleh berubah.
Besok lain.
Besok can change
Besok
kan.
boleh berubah.
It's very dynamic
Bila
lah.
PO cakap,
Ah.
budak-budak cakap, I busy lah pagi ni. Boleh schedule petang lah.
Ah.
Petang pula dia dah jauh dah penuh.
Dah
Dia
penuh.
kena- Dia kena suffer semua.
Oh, pening pada
Kita
dia.
orang ikut je.
Pening jadi
Dari
Scrum
mana?
Master.
Pening.
Change management tu, how we manage change ada.
Hmm.
Tapi stress to manage change tu
Stress to
That one is another story.
And that's why Sheila signed up for team building. Yeah.
That's why you sign up for team building. There is another story. There's another module.
Macam tu dia,
Ah.
bagus tak buka laptop kan.
Ah.
Terbuka tadi pun macam banyak email
Yeah,
tak
yeah,
apa-apa.
yeah.
Kita marah kan
Jangan buka, jangan buka.
Ah.
Kita marah kan team kat office dia. Boleh.
Maknanya kalau laptop you boleh nampak, but phone you takkan nampak. Betul?
Nampak.
Yes.
Laptop
boleh
dia
kat office.
laptop. Tapi you all bawa laptop weekend.
Boleh balik rumah. Ada orang tinggal local office boleh juga.
Ada setengah orang bawa balik.
Boleh orang balik.
Yeah.
Secret tu dia.
Okey, bawa balik tapi kalau boleh tak nak tengok.
Nak tengok, ada orang dia tengok dia nak buka YouTube lah, dia tak ada laptop kan. Dia buka itu dia macam
Oh.
Doraemon ke apa pakai laptop office,
Alasan.
tonton
Dia
lah.
pakai laptop office. Tapi masa
Ternampak notification
ternampak
orang
benda
ini
keluar,
online.
terus hilang mood.
Hilang mood kan.
Hilang mood.
Sampai pukul 2 pagi.
You bring your laptop back?
I do, but I never look at it.
You never look at it. Then why do you bring it back?
Because I don't want to keep it in the office.
Because you don't want to keep it in
Tak
the
yakin
office.
lah.
In case
Walaupun
there's
nasib baik
anything,
local.
in
Boleh
case
hilang?
tak, terus bukan sebab hilang tapi more like macam yalah ada anak kan, so probability maybe kena I have to work from home ke apa ke, and there's a-
Oh, just in case
Tiba
takut
work from
tiba-tiba
home.
Isnin tu problem. Okay, I
Yes,
fully
work
understand.
from home.
Isnin nak kena work from home kan.
Kena tiba-tiba. Then at least you have the laptop with you. Okay, fully understand.
As the
Emergency.
the laptop tu for a developer, laptop tu is a is a means of getting things done in a technical perspective. For a Scrum Master, your laptop is your life.
It's your life, yeah. It's your life.
Your schedule, your documents, everything is all on there. Your capacity planning, so you gotta protect it like nobody's business. That even like for example, my laptop right now, the screen does start flicker, kan, lama. Yeah, does start flicker, and then I have to send it to the
IT.
service
IT services,
ITSC to get a new one. And it's like, but if I have to get a new one,
Dia macam tak buat kerja lah
I tak buat kerja.
Iyalah. Because it takes time to replace.
It takes time to replace.
Dan kerja dia every hour. Macam dia buat apa ni,
Tak
tak ada
sempat.
kerja boleh pakai team lain.
Dah Scrum Master tak boleh nak lari
Tak ada.
You tak ada assistant ke apa? Tak ada.
I wish.
Oh, maknanya
Sebab
you
dia
ada.
ada.
Cuti macam mana? How do you take leave? I mean how do you
Peacefully.
how do you take leave peacefully?
Normally team Azan bantu I. Tapi macam pair lah. So
Pair,
kalau
pair.
I tak ada, I terbantu. I
You
tak
tolong.
ada, dia bantu.
Okay. So you have the way
dua-dua tak
ada
ada,
lah.
team aware lah the process atau hierarchy tu.
But there are some things as well that I cuti bukan Umar yang boleh ambil. I have to
You try your best not to
macam there are
schedule it at the same time.
ada. And it's the same for Omar that Omar takes leave. There's some things that I cannot take over for. There are some
Okay.
mutually exclusive things.
I know. Yeah. Not everything can be paired, kan?
Yeah,
In a way lah.
it's not all transferable both ways.
You understand? Ya, kesian lah. Macam tu nak cuti pun tak tenang kan?
Tapi tak apa, laptop tak buka apa.
What's the longest break that you took?
I took
Mata itu, minggu.
last year tu lah pergi Vienna. I went to Vienna.
Berapa
Austria.
lama?
That was a week and a half. And I came back and the whole team was on fire.
Because the time the process is not really streamlined. And then sometimes.
But that was not as a Scrum Master.
Oh, at that time you are the developer, right? And
This-
Scrum Master belum lagi ambil cuti panjang?
Ada.
Belum?
Dia mata tu.
I went to I took leave for my eyes.
Oh,
Before that,
sakit mata.
I went to Bidong to Kuala Terengganu for holiday. That was a week plus. 1 week. Came back. I got a bunch of complaints from PO, from PM, like, Marcel, this thing is on fire. I'm like, okay.
Cuti pun tak tenang eh?
Tapi that's why I make it a point that bila I make cuti, don't think about it. Have a mental image, mental schedule in my head, but don't think about it.
But it's not easy to switch on, switch off, right?
It's not.
Yeah. Kalau boleh macam ada switch lampu kan, it will be good, right? But we don't, right? As
I
human
wish.
being, macam mana pun dia akan terlintas,
I
right?
wish.
Dia akan
The
terlintas.
older you get, the more things you
Yes,
have in your mind.
the more things you have in your
normal.
mind. You know, it is so difficult to just switch. You know, people say some people they can switch on, switch off. You know, I really respect those people.
Yeah.
You know, who have that capacity. I myself also do not have that. I will always,
ada.
I will terbawa benda tu.
Boleh.
Eh?
Boleh shut down terus.
Oh, you can. Okay, how do you do that?
How do
Let me
you
just.
do that?
I remember black ball. I mean, I just imagine black ball in a white room.
Black ball in a white.
Room.
Okay.
Focus on that ball.
In a white room,
Black
okay.
ball in a white. Okay.
Doesn't matter. The size of the ball depend on your stress lah.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Wait. Say it again. I'm just trying to understand this better.
So imagine a black ball
Black
inside
ball.
a white room.
Mhm.
Then sometimes when you imagine that, you imagine something else, right?
Okay.
You ask who put the ball in here, something like that.
Ah.
Don't do that. Just
Okay.
focus on watch the black ball in the white room. That's it.
Jangan tanya. Just,
Jangan tanya soalan. Jangan tanya bila bola datang, siapa punya besar mana bola tu,
Masa
kenapa kita
tidur
pasang.
lah.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Either
kerja tu?
tidur or separate thing. Maybe I don't know. This is masa ayah I jadi askar.
Okay.
Oh, dia ajar.
They train how to differentiate between pain and mission, itulah. So
Oh.
separate. Not everyone can adapt lah. But I pernah kahwin pun, I tak boleh nak apply dekat wife I pun.
Stress lah itu.
Bagus lah, right bang?
Itu dah cerita.
Itu dah cerita.
But the thing is, sometimes some people cannot differentiate.
I mean, it's not easy. I mean,
It's not easy.
it's not easy. I tell you. I mean,
It's a self.
macam mana? Macam Faizal, okay, you can switch on, switch off. You can.
I punya switch on macam switch on, switch off. I just kalau stress kat kerja, I keluar tempat office tu, I leave it there lah. I tak-
Oh, you can. You can. You can.
Kalau terfikir pun sikit-sikit, tapi I just ignore lah.
Ignore lah Yeah. But it's not easy lah. I tell you,
Okay, tak,
it's not as easy as a switch on switch off punya
Betul.
switch.
Macam dia still latih juga.
Kalau
Kan, juga.
Kalau for
Industrial
me
class.
dia lain lah. Dia macam because with every hat I have to wear,
Yeah.
I have to be
Yeah.
fully participating, kan? So I always think about consequences.
Yeah, that's right. Kan?
So
Ha.
So apa tu, for example, I leave office,
Mhm.
then I think about, okay, if I carry my work home, my kids miss me and everything, my wife misses me. No, the basket. So I feel the responsibility of I have to push it away. Macam tu lah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
sometimes I note down everything.
Yeah.
Ah.
If it's too much.
If it's too much. Yeah.
Write down everything and then put it in the box or put it in the phone.
Or even think it out loud, kan? Just
think
say
it
it out loud in the
Say it
car
out
or
loud.
whatever.
And then don't take it.
Yes.
Biasanya not it down lah because there's a lot of things happen in the day.
Yeah.
Even though you have a to-do list,
Mhm.
you need to write it again. If you want to peaceful lah after 4 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Macam Razan tadi dia nak compromise between family life or
Yeah.
work life.
You have to
Kalau
think.
tak buat kerja, apa impact esok bila masuk kerja?
Yes.
Mungkin kalau buat kerja juga, apa impact family pula? Mana which one worse?
Which one worse?
Family worse tak payah, apa yang kerja dulu lah. Besok lah mengadap kan.
Besok dah malam. Yeah, this is where you need to, you need to have time for your family. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where you in a way just put a boundary lah kan. In a way.
Betul.
Yeah, I know it's not that easy, but when you go back, this is my time. Yeah, because I've already committed more than 8 hours in the office.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually you
Member
commit less at home compared to at the office. So by right, the office need to understand that
Yeah.
I have this commitment as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to remember why you're working.
You have to remember why you're working. Yeah,
Remember
you're
your
right.
why.
Remember the why. Because you're working because of
Family.
family kan.
Yeah, you have family because you're working.
I mean, so this is the balance that you need to have.
Betul.
So yeah, it's tough. Juggling career and juggling family,
Yeah.
and it's always a trade-off. Yeah, it's a trade-off. I mean, people always talk about work-life balance, but does that exist in the world? I'm not so sure.
In small pockets, yes.
In small pockets, can.
But the higher you
Small
go,
company, yeah.
probably not.
Yeah, I mean, even the bosses say that work-life balance doesn't exist.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to admit it. I know it looks nice at the slogan. Work-life balance looks.
Yeah.
It sounds good,
Yeah. Yeah.
But what actually work-life balance means? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Selalunya orang kata work-life imbalance.
Betul.
So they always say that. Yeah. Oh, itulah dia.
Yeah, tapi,
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
basically work-life balance ni getting worse kalau work from home.
Yeah, there's no boundary anymore kan? There's no boundary anymore.
Macam bagi kerja lu pergi bilik sebelah je. Balik
kan?
kerja lu pergi sebelah tapi
Di sebelah.
still kerja tu on. Bunyi ting 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 ting.
Ting, ting, ting tu still on.
Change hasil susah.
People doesn't know off time pun 6 ke tak ada.
Betul. Masa
Tapi
COVID tu,
kalau office lain,
people
office
saying that actually working from home is worse than working
Yeah.
working physical in
Yeah.
office, because in office tu nampak macam that is bila keluar tu by right you are in a different world, but actually you are living both worlds together when you are working from home.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Kan, it's just a temporary sekejap je when you go to your room sekejap and then you go back to the real world of
Yeah.
working. So
Ujang okay lah, keluarga dan sikit kan.
yeah.
And also the higher you go lah.
Yeah, of course. The
The higher you go,
that's it lah kan.
The level dia lain.
So you start making trade-offs. You're like, okay, I'm earning a lot of money,
Yeah.
but I don't have a lot of time with my family. So I have to start compensating. And
Yeah.
you try to not compensate, but sometimes you will.
Yeah.
Especially those that betul really high up of
Yeah.
yourself.
I've never been too high. Biasa-biasa, saya orang biasa.
Senior
You know?
manager ke, datuk ke.
Because this is where the trade-off kan. That's why they've been paid well
Yeah.
the big bosses and they have all the perks because you know that they have been sacrificing their time, macam all the big bosses, their perks includes macam pergi holiday overseas being paid for, because they know that this is the time for them to compensate after all the hours that they leave the family. This is why they've been given the perks of holidays overseas, all the vice presidents and all, they have that perks. You know, I mean, kita tak boleh nak dengki lah. We have to understand the sacrifice that they have made.
It's like they say, like when you're up there, you either come in super early or leave super late.
Yeah, and some of them do both.
Yeah.
Super early and super late.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jangan.
Kan, berbaloi lah dengan gaji dia dapat kan. I mean berbaloi lah with what they get kan.
Boleh lah.
Berbaloi lah. I mean, but at the end of the day you think about it lah, which is your priority kan.
Yeah.
Is your priority Okay, so alright, thanks for the communication matrix and of course team alignment. Yeah, as a leader you need to understand your roles, your responsibilities, your expectations.
Yep.
And you need transparency lah. Alright. So transparency is
At like the third one,
the
in
third
the
one is
example,
the
the
standard.
defects.
Less than 3.
It looks like less than 3, but it looks like a heart.
Normal ke UAT defect demonstrated? Is it normal or is it workable? Is it achievable?
Lester itu ada mercy tu dah Benefit tu dah quite generous lah.
Yeah.
Oh, generous
Usually it's
Should be
0.
Zero. No such thing. Zero.
Tu zero.
Tak boleh
No
langsung.
such thing as no defect. Dia kata dia tak nak defect.
Get a defect, get a penalty.
That's why they say sometimes they give percentage rather than unit.
Okay.
Yes.
Percentage would be better lah.
Percentage can be aggregable, debatable, but the unit ni depends on disability juga. Kadang defect customer tak suka colour merah. Takkan defect kita colour merah juga.
Itu dah jadi kosmetik. Kita
Tapi
jadi
dari
kosmetik.
pandangan
One of the
QA,
severities ni.
dari pandangan QA,
Dia dah jadi satu. Dia satu isu dah dia kata. Dia dah kira satu kan.
That's why dia letak 3 tu yang macam generous lah.
Actually,
That's very
it depends lah. It's just an example.
Yeah.
Okay, so yalah. The most important thing is that you and your team know what's your role. Because what's you're responsible for. If not, then you do not know. Accountability falls to whom? Siapa yang responsible for this? And then of course performance standard must be set. That's why KPI is there. Alright, so then you know how do others know what I'm doing. This is where the transparency comes in. So sometimes a lot of people just do this whiteboard, tulis status, but I think nowadays people don't do this lah. Semua dah dalam sistem, if I'm not mistaken. Kan, ada kan there's a spreadsheet for that. I forgot the name. A shared folder or something like that.
A springboard lah.
Or you call it Springboard. Dia pakai application apa tu?
Azure DevOps.
Azure DevOps.
Come again? Tak pernah dengar.
Azure, so AZURE, Azure.
Azure.
Petronas pun pakai itu dah.
Pakai Azure
Petronas pun.
So that one is semua orang boleh nampak lah. Maknanya bila seorang tukar semua nampak.
Yeah.
Semua orang boleh amend ke ada setengah orang je boleh amend?
Semua boleh, tapi
Semua orang
with
boleh.
certain accesses lah.
You bagi access for certain people.
Macam for Scrum Master dia ada controls yang lain, obviously developer.
Betul ada dia punya ni lah. But you would have the most, because you are the Scrum Master, you are the one yang semua ada lah, your function banyak yang you boleh buat.
Tapi compared to the internal Scrum Master, I have less.
Oh, okay. And this whatever access client nampak.
Nampak.
So they also see the status there.
That's right.
But they cannot amend. They are view only.
Cannot.
By right they cannot lah, because
Boleh
it is yours, right? It is yours and
But they have the access to view mine. I don't have the access to view theirs sometimes.
they also have.
Yeah, bro.
Untuk apa dia orang itu? For their management lah.
For their own management.
For their own management. And yang dia orang punya tu pun actually mirror yours, right? Sama lah kan. At the end of the day you work for them, they the boss.
Yeah.
And so that's why they need to see yours.
Yes.
You can see theirs.
I cannot see.
I cannot kan? Tapi takkan dia nak tunjuk apa dia punya kat yours.
Sometimes I can see, like for certain metrics or certain boards or
You can.
views I can, but others I cannot.
Okay. Fully understand. Alright. So very important, team alignment and ownership. Ownership is very important kan? I think you all know what ownership is, right?
Yes.
I mean everyone has accountable and ownership ni dia lagi tinggi daripada accountability tau. Dia bermula start. Do you know that responsibility, accountability, ownership? Do you know the difference between these three?
What's it again? Accountability.
Okay, first of all is responsibility.
Okay.
Lagi tinggi is accountability, but the highest level is ownership.
I think
You know the difference?
Different analogy kot. So responsibility ni macam you manage you given a bicycle, so responsible to take care of that bicycle. Accountability is accountability is your work.
Your work.
Your work on that bicycle. Meaning that when you repair it, when you maintain it, when you custom it, you accountability for the defect of that bicycle.
Okay, you are accountable to it.
Ownership is your life.
Ownership tu lagi tinggi lah.
Ownership lagi tinggi. Your life lah.
Lagi tinggi.
So your life, if bicycle is part of your life.
Maknanya
If bicycle broken, you there.
Yeah, something like that. You can use that, tapi kalau nak cari paling senang nak ingat kan, let me write this down. It goes higher. Dia start with responsibility. Okay, responsibility. Lepas tu accountability, and the highest one is ownership. Yeah. Contoh responsibility, maybe I can use Faizal lah. Faizal as a apa orang kata tu, alamak, what's your role again? Software developer or engineer kan. You are responsible to do A, B and C. Selalunya dia akan letak dekat dalam job description. So you are responsible for it. Accountability ni is dia punya manager kat atas. Contoh maybe it's you, kalau dia report kat you even though you tak buat A, B and C, you are accountable for his actions. Betul tak? Katakan if anything even though you tak buat the detail, but at the end of the day if anything happens, you are accountable. He is responsible, but you are accountable. You're accountable. Tapi ownership ni dia lagi dahsyat. Ownership ni dia macam okay, kita makan gaji kan. Kita makan gaji Ownership ni dia macam orang yang ada that ownership tu, macam dia yang own that company. Betul tak? Kalau orang yang ada ownership ni, although pun bukan kerja dia akan rasa responsible. Maknanya dia tahu at the end of the day, kalau aku tak buat something, akan impact the company as a whole. So he has that ownership punya apa orang kata tu, traits lah. Ownership traits. For example, macam si Faizal lah, maybe kerja dia A, kerja B ni B buat benda lain. Dia buat kerja dia. Kalau dia rasa dia kata by right, dia kata aku kerja aku je lah. Kan? I mean kalau B tak buat, I don't care. Tapi kalau dia ada perasaan ownership, dia akan cuba bantu B, because dia tahu at the end of the day you are in a team. You are in a team. So he has that ownership. Dia rasa he rasa macam dia toke Exxon lah. So kalau dia tak buat something, if Exxon problem, ada benda reputational issue, it will impact him juga eventually. So when he has that ownership, then dia akan tolong B ni juga, walaupun sebenarnya dalam dia punya job description dia tak perlu buat B. But for you, even though you tak buat A and B or C, anything goes wrong, you are also accountable, because you are the manager for them.
Ini different dengan kata punya ownership ni. Ownership ni dah willingly to help.
Betul. Ownership ni dia dah jadi satu level lain. Ownership ni, this is the highest level lah. If everyone have this trait, I tell you,
jangan tinggal dia.
maknanya kalau semua orang in your team ni, kalau semua orang ada have this one, tak jadilah macam kawan yang you kata tadi tu. I mean, if he has that this mindset, then your team will be very smooth sailing. Because dia tak ada this one. I think he has this one. So semua orang by right they should have this one. Kalau ini pun tak ada, gone case.
Betul lah.
Ini minimum responsibility is the minimum. Responsibility is the minimum. Alright, and then tapi kalau orang yang naik satu level lagi, the bosses need to have that accountability punya rasa juga. Because even though you tak buat kerja A, B, C ni, but at the end anything goes wrong, you are accountable for it. You are answerable for it.
Ownership means
but ownership, it can be orang dekat bawah, can be orang sini, tak kira orang kat mana. Tukang sapu sampah pun kalau dia ada ownership, dia bersihkan betul-betul. Kan kadang-kadang yang orang yang tak ada ownership ni apa tau, yang dia dapat email yang bukan dia punya. Dia kata, it's not my job. Then dia tak forward pun. Alah, tak lah. I mean, he send me to the wrong one. But if he has that ownership punya orang kata mindset, he will find out, this email is very important. I cannot just leave it in, but let me pass it to the relevant person. I mean, it's not his responsibility, betul tak? It's not my job. I mean, he can say that because it's not his responsibility. But if he has this mentality, he will not just keep quiet. Yeah, he will basically bukan saja forward and he will follow up. Betul tak? Macam for customer customer service for example. Betul tak? Ada tak customer service yang buat tak indah je kan? Oh, it's nothing to do with me and ignore. Banyak macam tu. Tapi if they have that ownership punya mindset,
saya jumpa seorang macam tu.
Ada kita nak orang macam ni.
Rekod saya balik. Saya pernah laporkan ke
That shows
pengadilan.
ownership. That
Saya
shows
tahu
ownership
dia
asset.
tak nak balik dah. Lepas tu dia matikan call. Saya ingat kan dia akan matikan call, lepas tu tak buat apa kan. 3 hari lepas tu dia call balik kan. I boleh bantu ni. Ui,
Boleh kau
macam weh.
Terkejut kan?
Terkejut weh. Ingat scam apa ni?
Ingat scammer kan? Kita pun terkejut.
Ingat scam.
Orang yang sama tu dia ada ownership macam nak follow up case kita.
Exactly.
Kalau dia boleh bantu.
boleh bantu.
Jarang tu. Dia seorang tu.
Kadang-kadang because dia rasa itu bukan kerja dia malas nak lain ataupun dia pass dia line tu, betul tak?
Betul.
Lantak lepas dapat ke tak, lantak lah kan? Itu dia hanya responsibility, dia tak ada ownership punya mindset. But for those people who have ownership punya mindset, they are different. Yeah, because they know, kan nama pun ownership macam you toke kedai tu lah. Kan toke kedai tu tak nak you tahu kalau aku tak buat apa-apa, aku akan rugi. But for most of the people, they are just aku buat lebih pun gaji sama. Betul? My gaji stays the same. I mean this is dia setakat ni je lah. I don't care. I just follow my job description. Yeah, I don't care what happened because at the end of the day, I still get whatever amount that I'm supposed to get. If I do more, I wouldn't get extra RM500. Tapi kalau orang yang ada ownership ni dia tak kisah because dia tahu at the end of the day I'm helping the company because for the company sustainability lah. You know, if I don't do this, you never know, reputational issue will come. Customer service, I mean it's not my ni lah, dia kata I forward je lah, tak what happen after that. For customer service yang bagus, dia follow up. Kan selalu tak kita dapat, kita hantar email, nobody bothers to answer. Normal right? Nobody bothers to answer, especially yang general email tu kan. Tapi dalam WhatsApp kata send your need to general email, but nobody bothers to reply. So sebab they don't care. But for those who have that ownership ni, they make sure that they reply and they follow up until you're satisfied. You know, because then that shows that they care. Then their reputation also is better lah. Macam you kata, you pun rasa terkejut. You ingat scammer asal bank telefon aku ni, nak follow up on issue. Tak pernah berlaku ni. Selalunya kita lah terhegeh kerja seorang, lepas tu pass sana. Biasa kan? I pass you to this, I pass you to that. Itu ini dah. Dia tak ada this ownership punya mentality, tak ada. I was telling them about this responsibility, accountability, ownership. Dia ada 3 steps. This is the highest lah, and it's very difficult to get this.
Makam tertinggi.
Ini makam tinggi. Kalau you sampai di tahap, that's the best. And if everyone behaves this way, you will have a superb team.
The world will be a better place.
The world will definitely the world will be a better place, and you will have less stress if everyone have this mindset, ownership mindset. In a way macam growth mindset lah. The ownership is the highest level. I mean, you wish you have that lah, kan? But I know it's difficult because a lot of people, dia kalau boleh dia tak nak pergi ke sini. Why? Because satu menyusahkan dia. Betul tak? Dia kata
More functional,
more work for me. Betul tak? Ownership means more work for me, and then what do I get from doing this? You know, selalu dia akan fikir lah, dia berkira kan. Menambahkan kepala pening aku je, tak dapat apa. You know, because dia malas. Because dia kata at the end of the day, I just do as per my job description. Responsibility cukup lah. But as bosses, you ada dua. Because you are accountability. Because it comes with the job. Anything happen, walaupun yang membuatnya B, Engkau hanya supervise, but you are answerable. You are accountable for it. You have to be answerable for it. You cannot just throw him under the bus lah, macam main bola lah, you throw these people under the bus, kan? You cannot. But yang atas ni is totally different, and this one can be anyone. Can be orang yang tukar sapu sampah pun can have this mindset. Orang yang tukar sapu sampah pun dia kata nampak ada customer tak puas hati, dia kata boss, I can bring you to the person responsible. By right, it's not her job. But she feel the ownership, and she can do it. It can be anyone. Ownership it can be anyone, and if everyone have this mentality, as you said, the world will be a better place. That's for sure. So this thing like responsibility, accountability, ownership. If you know about these 3, let's try to strive for this. Shall I? Kan? I mean you kan pernah dengar ni kan?
Sila dah sini dah.
Oh sini lah sini.
Office
Kan?
pantry semua ni.
Ada atas lagi saya tak tahu lah. Ada atas lagi ke?
When I'm thinking, I was thinking, like, can I just go down?
Can you just be here? Can you just be here?
Sila dah sini.
Sometimes I wish I could do that.
Pantry office semua sila.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, everything. Because being in this company, right? In Malaysia especially,
Yeah,
since I'm
Malaysia.
the only person, right?
Oh, you seorang
So
tau.
the ownership level banyak.
Yeah, you have
for
to.
Finance punya pun kurang akan for me.
Ya.
Operation
Yeah.
memang I memang operation
Memang
lah.
kena kan. But itulah yang lain tu you have to masuk campur kan in a way.
Have to.
You have to. So
I have no
you have
choice.
that's why you have that ownership. You have to. You tak boleh kata it's not my problem.
Cannot.
You cannot say
I
that.
cannot also
You
think
cannot
like
say
what
that.
I get. For me, like I have to think about whole, like
You
what.
need to think about the whole stuff because you need to think about the continuity of the company.
The business.
The business. I mean, if you behave like this,
Yeah.
maybe the company will only last for 3 or 4 years and that's it.
Correct.
I mean, if you just fikir, I just follow my job decision, sudah lah.
Yeah.
Why should I pening-pening kepala?
Betul.
Kan? Unless you want to give me extra 50%.
Sometimes I will fikir it will last for only 1-2 hours. After that, I have to do back to back.
Kena buat balik.
Because I cannot pass the job to anyone.
Ya.
Jadi kan
Pasal, alah, I have to do lah.
You have to do lah, buat lah.
Buat lah.
If not, malam kau, tak boleh tidur.
Tak boleh tidur,
Tak siap lagi, tak siap lagi ni.
Sebab tak ada orang.
bagi can.
Bagi can tak boleh lah. gitu kan.
Okay, I guess let's not.
Let me do it lah.
Let me do it.
Let me do it lah. So
But
that's
I
why.
will get the reward in a different way.
Yeah,
I will,
that's what I said.
Oh, I have done it. Okay,
Ah.
give me some reward.
Dia
But not immediately lah.
No,
Like
it's
sometimes-
never
ownership.
Yeah.
It's never
Keep
immediate.
happening.
Mm.
For some people, it thinks that there's your accountability.
Yelah, kita takut ke situ lah kita kan. But it's not lah.
At first,
Yeah.
you are responsible and you take ownership because you feel like if I help, it will improve the team. Then you take ownership, now it becomes your accountability. So,
Maybe
always
some-
happen, even everything.
Maybe some will take it that way lah kan.
Asalnya ni je.
Mula sini tapi lepas
Tapi
tu dia
kalau
rasa
tim
the
kalau-
part of this is your job.
Dia ni pula dia.
I'm all three.
Every time.
You all three.
I'm all three.
You all three.
Yeah.
Dah,
I'm
pergi tak
all-
buat kerja.
Kita buat
Makanya
kerja.
balik pada dia balik. Tak, dia jadi ni pula dia. Salah Kazan.
Yelah. This is
Padahal
what
orang tu tak buat kan.
this is what leaders are lah kan. I mean leaders, you have to accept it is part of your it's a responsibility lah kan.
You gotta take the heat once in a while.
You have to take the hit. Yalah, betul lah. Normal lah as a leader, kan orang selalu kata leader ni dia kena berkorban. Betul tak?
Yeah.
Leader ni you have to sacrifice yourself. You are the firing line kan. Atas fire you, lepas tu bawah pula tekan you juga.
Yeah,
Kadang-kadang
yeah,
sometimes
Betul.
orang bawah tekan
Betul.
middle management.
Oh,
Middle management
betul.
pening tu.
Oh,
Kan?
Sokong
Yeah.
atas, sokong atas.
So which one are you know? So you have to play a juggling act, a balancing act. Between these two.
that's the funny. That's the thing that I always find really funny about this. It's like kan we always like go on social media. Ada orang kata, oh, you know this guy, he's a really successful guy. He's a millionaire, senior manager and everything. Oh, but he only drives a let's say lah, cute little potong saga ke apa ke. And I'm not even there, and I'm just like, the amount of stress I go through, I'm not buying a potong saga. Like, because you have the ownership, you're held accountable, and you have
Yeah.
the ownership for everything. How can you feel at ease that you have to do all this on a regular basis, and then you masuk kereta potong saga yang rosak and go back home like I'm okay with this, like you're not. No one
You
is.
need to enjoy your
You
reward.
need to enjoy,
You need to enjoy.
yeah,
yeah.
because you're already taking the heat anyways, man. So
You need to enjoy your toils, all the things
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
have, like
yeah.
sacrifice. You need to
So
enjoy.
if that's ever even true, like orang yang jutawan and drive a normal car ke apa ke, I'm like, mad respect to you.
That's why siapa yang Warren Buffett
They
ni?
like it, right?
So what?
They like
Kan,
it.
kan.
Yeah.
Dia pakai
Mana bezanya?
pakai beza dia kan.
Because even if it's a saga or a beza ke apa ke, usually there's a different way of them compensating for it.
Yeah, I'm sure there is lah.
Kan,
Itu dia nampak itu je, ada benda lain kat
Ah.
belakang yang dia tak tunjuk.
Kalau orang kata dia semua
dia
benda
low profile.
simple saja, tapi semua benda simple tapi dia
Susah nak percaya kan?
I don't know way. I cannot.
No way, I can't
believe
believe
that.
that.
There's some form of compensation
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Orang naik kereta biasa tapi makan banyak.
Ah.
Cakap kau ke?
Tak ada orang cakap
Tak ada orang cakap. Kau cakap sendiri je.
Naik kereta biasa tapi fikir makan tak fikir kan.
Ya, ya, ya. Okay, the last one. Case
Yeah.
study, last one. Last one,
Number
ni
four.
lagi best. Dia
Integration.
integrate everything. Let's go for the case study. A quick one, let's do it before we go for the post test and the commitment from you all lah. I will share this. Kan yang commitment itu ada kat sini. Cuba tengok case study 4. Case study 4 your turn. Case study 4 is the total lah. Sesuai lah. Memang Scrum punya lah. Case 4. Ni overall.
What have I done?
Oh yelah, Azhar tak bisa lagi
The last one integrates everything.
Oh, okay.
Integrates learning for all.
Oh, Dave, nama Dave. Oh, Dave is a developer, is it?
Not Dave, this.
No, not like her dad.
It's like, ingatkan dia tahu.
Ingat dia tahu.
That it was last time a solution architect called Dave.
Ya ke? Oh, dahsyat lah kalau I tahu all the examples.
Itulah dahsyat.
Mana aku dapat info ni?
Memang sih.
Yeah, betul.
Ini SSL downtown. Oh, salesman dah.
Ni saya Nav ke ni
Oh,
SSL ke?
SSL IO.
SSL kan.